Hello, friends. Life is a changing status. Life will change your life. The journey of life is constantly being rerouted. Life is an ongoing process of navigating change. We change how we act to keep some things the same. We are so good at managing change that we often don't even notice we are doing it. What is a life and when does is not change? Can we ever keep our lives the same? What would a non changing life be? There seems to be an unspoken idea here that these things we call a life has a certain path or direction stretching way out into the future. Sometimes, so the story goes, things can happen to knock you off your path or spin you off in a new direction or new way, different directions. Maybe we learn more about our life's direction if we have one by looking back, not forward. Do you have a sense that your life is unfolding in a particular way? Has your life ever changed from what you thought it was going to be? Are you still the same you were a few chapters back in your life story? It's an extraordinary fact of the way we are designed that mostly we continue to have a sense of sameness when actually we are encased or encased in a landscape that's constantly swirling or swishing and cavorting all around us. For the most part, change is something we are so good at navigating, we rarely even notice that we are doing it. We are experts at adapting and adjusting to the change of life so that the constancy of life continues. Sometimes, though, change can be more disruptive than we bargained for, to the extent that the constant states we cherished get knocked about. It's during these times that we can experience turmoil, confusion, and distress. But because we have such a powerfully strong inclinations for balance, even these overly intrusive disruptions almost always get removed. Noticing all the different ways you navigate yourself through your day can be wonderfully instructive, and curiously exploring those parts of your life that remain unscattered in the grind of daily living can tell you a lot about yourself. For personal growth and transformation of your life when a major life change. Human beings have a complicated relationship with change. While it is both inevitable and essential for growth, change can also be deeply uncomfortable, especially if it feels involuntary or out of our control. Focused on social change, we have spent the last 10 years studying how people react or drastic changes in their lives. We have conducted hundreds of people who lost a desired identity, such as former white collar professionals forced to move into lower status careers, as well as in people trying to shed an undesirable or stigmatized identity. Interestingly, regardless of whether the changes were ostensibly positive or negative, many of the people we talk to struggle to move on from their past identities and embrace their new selves. These feelings of stuckness, a phenomenon we call identity paralysis, often left people feeling angry, frustrated, and hopeless about their current situations. However, we also found that some people were able to avoid identity paralysis, taking these major life changes in stride and embracing their new roles with positivity in their life. Through our interviews, we identified 5 strategies that can help anyone come to term with a new identity, whether you are happy about the change or not. And of course, marking a distinct break with the past doesn't make the past disappear, nor should it. Your past is a part of you, and a new identity can only take hold if it's connected to your prior identities. As to your past, by crafting a narrative that's compelling, believable, and easy to share with others. Move forward on a path of identity growth rather than identity paralysis. Part of what makes identity paralysis so difficult to overcome is not just your idea of who you are that gets stuck in the past. It can also cause you to get stuck in the emotions associated with that past, whether you are ashamed or a prior role or decisions, angry about the circumstances that led to your current situation, also, or feeling hopeless, scared, or any other challenging negative emotions in your life. Getting stuck in these feelings can block your transitions even if you are ready for it cognitively. To be sure, working on how you think about yourself is certainly an important component of making an identity transitions, but these emphasize on the cognitive aspect can often leave the emotional side undervalued. Even if you have decided rationally that you want to move on, emotions can linger, and getting stuck in powerful negative emotions such as shame or anger can be paralyzing. Our identities are shaped by how we feel about them. So, to make a successful transitions, we have to acknowledge and actively work on our emotions. People who were best able to embrace their new identities were those who recognized the emotions holding them back and proactively worked through those feelings. There are many strategies that can help when it comes to transforming negative emotions. But we found that one of the most effective ones was to intentionally activate an opposing positive emotion. One worker who was forced to change careers due to an injury described how she or he was able to move past her or his shame by focusing on taking pride in how he or she had established and was running his or her own business. Importantly, it's not about pushing negative emotions away. Rather, moving forward necessitates truly acknowledging these difficult feeling and then refocusing on more helpful one. It's easy to feel like your job is your whole identity, especially when you just lost a great one or when it feels like it's the only thing anyone sees when they look at you. But it's very possible to have multiple coexisting identities at the same time, my friend. As such, you, or if you are uncomfortable with your current identity at work, focusing on other aspects of your identity can be an effective strategy to help you get through a difficult transitions. Some of the people who were most comfortable in their new identities were those who imagined that their current circumstances were only a stepping stone on the path to their ultimate, if objectivity, unrealistic future. The surprisingly element of this strategy is that it still seemed to work even if the world they imagined was truly a fantasy, an abstract future they could daydream about, often without much basis in reality, rather than detailing specific plans or tactics to realize these dreams. The participants who took this approach fantasized about an alternative future as if it would definitely happen, despite seeming to have no intention of actually pursuing it. Of course, this should not be misconstructed or misconstrued as an argument against working to improve a bad situation, but the practical work of planning and implementing positive change can be draining, time consuming, and if overdone, paralyzing. Balancing the difficult tasks of accepting and improving reality with a healthy dose of fantasy can be critical in ensuring you stay motivated. Whether you are talking on a new role, shifting careers, or going through a major life change like those experienced by the people in our interviews, it's never easy to let go of a past identity, but left unchecked identity paralyzed can threaten both your career prospects and your mental health also. To avoid getting stuck and truly move forward in our lives, we must acknowledge and embrace our current identities, our past selves, and everything in between. So be happy in your life, be successful in your life, and thanks for watching my videos. And if you like my blogs, please share and subscribe my channel for my channel growth. Thanks again for watching my videos. Have a good day, my friend.